Hello again. Today we're gonna walk to Wicker Park via Milwaukee Avenue. I'm on Milwaukee right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this all the way to Six Corners, walk down Milwaukee. We're gonna turn, come back around and walk down North Avenue. Those are the two busiest streets in Wicker Park. And you're gonna see just how cool it is. It's a Sunday. It's roughly around 71 degrees and it's almost sunset, so maybe we might be able to see the sunset on our way back, but we'll see. But first I want to show you this little park area. I come here a lot, almost daily. I take my walk over here and bring a book or something and I read. It's really pretty. And right up there is the entrance to the 606 Bloomingdale Trail. I did a video on that, so if you want to, go and look at that one. But we're gonna go now. That's the 606. So this area is Wicker Park. Now Wicker Park is very expensive. Some of the most expensive homes in the entire city. No, most homes over here don't sell for anything less than 500 grand. So, you know, something I can never afford. There's another entrance to the 606. We're gonna take this route. I kind of like this side of Milwaukee better anyways. Now it's Sunday. There's a lot of people out, but usually, as you can see, not too many cars. There may be people out, but on Sunday the cars are not out. Now this is a cool bar. It's huge and they play some type of, like, I don't know the name of the game, but it's like when the puck on the ground and the stick that you push, you know, kind of reminds me of Titanic. Things they used to play on the deck of ships.
All right, so if we walk that way, that's like the main stretch. Let's do it.
It's called Royal Palms. It's a very big building, but it's a cool game place. So if you're over here, that's a good place to take people to have fun. It's a high-end type of place, good crowd. Their drinks are great. This right here is actually one of the most famous burger places in all of Chicago. It's called Cheval. Like, anyone who's from Chicago, I mean, there's a lot of burger places that are good, but this will always be on the top list of anyone who knows their food here. I really like this area a lot. I wish I could afford to live here. You know, if this was the 90s, I'd definitely be able to live here. Wicker Park wasn't always this nice. Especially during the 70s and 80s, it was a pretty bad neighborhood. I have a little history on that, but I'm gonna wait till we get closer to the actual Wicker Park streets. You hear that? The cicadas. Smile, you're on camera. Oh, there's this cute dog coming up. So we're coming up pretty shortly here on Six Corners. It's where North Avenue, Milwaukee, and Damon meet. And ironically, all three streets are a lifeline in Chicago. They spread across vast parts of Chicago, so you can get a lot of places on these three streets. Some music. Chicago in the summer, you always hear music blaring. It's a favorite pastime. I tried filming this yesterday, but my battery died, and I was like, I was already having kind of a bad day, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. But here I am doing it again, and yesterday was so much hotter than today, so I'm glad I did it today anyways. And what better way to end the evening on a Sunday than taking a nice walk, showing you guys these cool window shopping. Wicker Park has some cool window shopping, or shopping in general. So that white building right there, that's the Noel State Bank. Well, it used to be a bank. It's not Walgreens, but it was built in the turn of the 20th century. But because of the Great Depression, it closed down, and it was a couple banks all the way up till 2005. It sat vacant, and then Walgreens they refurnished it or refurbished it and opened sometime between 2010 and 2013. And there's the front of it. Now we're going to continue. We're still on. So this is where Six Corners is. If you could notice. So this is Milwaukee. This is where it all happens over here. Sometimes they have this cool big band that plays right here. They're actually pretty famous in Chicago, but unfortunately they're not out today. Hoping they were, but it's okay. It's a place called Foxtrot. Really, really nice place. Okay. Now this place, Myopic Books, one of the most iconic bookstores in all of Chicago. It is 3 stories long, 3 stories high. It's the basement, the middle ground, and upstairs. It has so many books. That bar across the street is really cool. If you could see, they have a little phone booth, like a British phone booth. And that actually is the intercom for the building above. pretty cool. As you can see, it's traffic because it's 6 corners. People are so nice over here. They smile at you. People in Chicago, they're friendly for the most part, but not as friendly as people like to think. We have Urban Outfitters, blah, blah. Isn't there one in every city? Excuse me. Sorry. Native Foods. I don't know if this is a national chain.
That he was like the top of it.
But this is a really cool place for vegans. This is all vegan, plant-based food. Extremely delicious. So if you're ever in Chicago, you need a quick bite that's vegan, you can stop at Native. There's several. There's one here, there's one in Lakeview as well. And I believe there's another one in Bucktown, but don't quote me on that.
I agree with that, but you were appropriate. I appreciate your.
This place is, I always found this place to be really, I call it the gaudy store. I'd be there and everything in there looks gaudy. Now this is a Wormhole Coffee. It's actually a very famous, very iconic coffee shop in all of Chicago. It's very well known. I was in the coffee world for 17 years and trust me, that place is very well known. They have a really cool 80s decor. All of it's 80s. They have a replication of the Back to the Future car in there, so it's pretty cool. Pleasure, Jess. That's the blue line that you hear. So as we keep going, you see that the businesses are less and less. Like there's a lot of these storefronts that are, empty. This place used to be completely full at one point, but believe it or not, the pandemic really fucked this area up. A lot of places closed. A lot of really cool bars that been around forever closed. It was really sad. But after this point, there's not much more. It's not as exciting. But we're gonna go all the way around and come back up North Avenue. Such a pretty day out. Davenport. That's a really old store, very known. It's a piano bar. It's been around for quite a long time. Cabaret, check it out. Reckless Records, yes. That's a cool record store. It's actually probably the most well-known record store, at least in Chicago. I like it. I feel like it's a bit overpriced. And the people that work there, they're pretty cool. Although some of them could be a little but you know, what do you expect with Wicker Park? But yeah. We are actually gonna pass my favorite record store in all the city. It's called Sugar Records. And that place is amazing. They have literally everything you could possibly think of, unlike Reckless Records, and their prices are reasonable. Antique Taco, another famous taco place. So Wicker Park has quite a history. During the 19th century, it was mainly Germans and Norwegians, wealthy Germans and Norwegians, and this area became known as the, where the wealthy Eastern Europeans and Europeans lived. Because of that, it attracted a lot of merchants and a lot of business people, and that's why you see every single inch of these buildings covered with storefronts. Every building has a storefront. And also because of the merchants, they built big grand houses, the most popular street being Hoyne Avenue. Perhaps I'll do that tour sometime with you. Around the end of the 19th century and the earlier 20th century, this area starts seeing a big influx of Polish immigrants. And because during the World War I and World War II, and between 1939 and 1959, most of this area was Polish because of displaced persons because of war. And they kind of enclaved themselves, because like a lot of neighborhoods in Chicago, when different cultures, when they all migrate to one area, they tend to enclose themselves and kind of isolate themselves from the rest of the city. So at one point, all the businesses and everything over here spoke Polish. And around 1960, with the construction of the Kennedy Expressway, a lot of those Polish families and businesses got displaced. So they got pushed out. But then at the same time, the renewal of Lincoln Park Lincoln Park Uptown, I'm sorry. I have to move aside, there's someone. Okay. So, at the same time as the Polish people were getting pushed out, and the renewal of Old Town and Lincoln Park displaced a lot of people of the Latino heritage. And so they started coming into this area. And so by 1970, about 40% of this area was Latino or Latina. And so, yeah. And the 70s and 80s were not the best time in their history. This is Sugar Records. Really cool place. The people that work here are always so nice. I mean, always so nice and helpful. But as I was saying, during the 70s and 80s, that wasn't the best time in Wicker Park's history. The 70s especially were the worst. This place was a bad neighborhood, and it was known for prostitution, drug drug dealing, lots of gang activity, and it actually is the original home to the Latin Kings. But it was about the 80s when the seed got planted to be where it is today. All nice and gentrified. In the other 80s, some local community activists wanted to renew the area, so they started inviting galleries and artists to come in and kind of make it into an artsy area. And it slowly did that throughout the 80s. Some of the best Chicago artists of the time lived over here. And in 1989, they threw an art fair in hopes of getting some recognition and some publicity for the galleries and the artists in this area. And also, they had a hidden agenda, and that agenda was to attract more well-to-do people because it was an artsy area, and that's what happened. So if it weren't for art, who knows what it would have come from this neighborhood. Now, Wicker Park's named after the actual park, Wicker Park, which I was going to go there and come down, but it's really crowded in there. But that park was actually originally supposed to be at Milwaukee and North, where we started, at Six Corners. But because of the 1871 Chicago fire, they had to wait for all the houses and business to be built up again to find a place. So they settled on where it is now. This is another bank that was converted into a CVS. So what is up with this city and converting I went the wrong way. But yeah, that was Division Street. I was gonna go down there, but there's really not much down there. Division Street is really cool when you go towards more downtown Loop area. That's when Division Street gets really cool. But over here, it's just mainly apartments and small businesses. But I'm turning around because I turned the wrong way. So we're gonna go this way, and this way will lead us to North Avenue. Always construction. 2 seasons in Chicago, winter and construction. So this part where we're walking is not very eventful. There's literally nothing really over here besides some mechanic shops and whatnot. But enjoy the scenery. Some cool architecture over here. Sorry, I'm trying to close my book bag. As you can tell, you can see no one is over here because there's nothing over here. But we're gonna walk up to North Avenue. And we're gonna make a left and come the same way that we came before. Baskin Robbins, some iced coffee sounds so good. But honestly, I don't want to stop the video and do it again. I'm trying to make it a habit of just recording straight through. Just makes it easier. You know, with editing, I don't have to go in and connect all of them and then reconvert it to another file. I just could upload this one straight up. Crazy when you think about this area and how bad it was at one point. Progression, like the way that, you know, because this was a really rich area at one point and then it became a really bad area and now it's rich again. It's like the ever-ending like fluxes of neighborhoods in any major city, really. I think the next video I'm gonna do is Oz Park over by Lincoln Park. And we're gonna go around there, and then we're gonna go to the sides and see some of the most beautiful architecture in all of Chicago. And you know, if you guys are liking this video, I do this because I love the walk, and also to give, you know, people who are not from here a glimpse of Chicago from a local's perspective. If you guys are liking this, can you know, like that, hit that like button, maybe subscribe, because I'm trying to do a video every day. I have other videos that I haven't posted because I film them as I'm out and about. I work remotely, so Monday through Friday, I am indoors most of the day. I take my walks, but on the weekends, I leave my house in the morning and I don't come back till night. I just love to walk. And we're about to hit fall and winter here, so I'm getting all that shit in. I can't wait for winter and stuff, so that way I could do some videos like Macy's and all that. So this area, we're close to Westtown, not far from Westtown. I hope the quality is good enough for you guys. I was filming 4K 60 frames per second, but I found that when I tried to upload that on YouTube, the processing was taking like up to 4 days. It's redunculous. So I'm just gonna start doing just regular high definition at 60 frames per second, hoping that it's good enough. As you can see, not much over here. It's mainly, I said, apartment buildings and whatnot, not many businesses. The sun. Come. So we're coming up to North Avenue to a place called Hollywood Grill, which is very well known. Everyone loves Hollywood Grill. It used to be 24 hours. I don't know if it's still 24 hours, but that's where you would go in this area if you wanted food at 2 a.m. And people know Hollywood Grill. Just be like, meet me at Hollywood Grill, and they know exactly where to go. I mean, on the weekends for brunch and stuff, it's a wait. There's like a line. And you wouldn't think, because all it is a regular old diner, but it's famous. So people like to eat there. So we see Hollywood Grill. They're only open till 4. So I guess that answers my question. It's not 24 hours anymore. So here is North Avenue. And I think I'll cross the street, actually. So yeah, this is Wicker Park. Well, I mean, you know, all neighborhoods are a little bigger than a couple streets, but this is where the main action happens. This is where people call Wicker Park. So when you're like, let's go to Wicker Park, these are the 2 streets that most people will be on. All the bars and some of the best bars, some of the best restaurants are over here. As you can tell, I don't have much to say right now. So I guess that's a shocker. It's like, call 911. There must be something wrong. I hope my talking doesn't bother you guys too much. I like to talk. Earlier I did a video through Logan Boulevard. They had a little band playing, and they had like the Sunday farmers market in Logan Square. So I'll be uploading that, so go there and watch that one. That one was a cool one. This place, Gallery Cafe, if you're ever in Chicago. This is a cool little place over here. It's It's not, you know, anything fancy, but they make really good coffee. They pay more attention to their product than they do their interior. But so if you want a good cup of coffee, you could go there. You could go to Wormhole. Stay away from Starbucks. That place, Lucia's, is actually one of the best Italian restaurants in all of Chicago. And you walk in and it looks just like a regular deli, but they have a little restaurant area in the back. And it's considered to be one of the best Italian places in this area. Well, and also in Chicago. Look at that pretty building right there. Imagine like having your front door right off of like a major street. You know, on Saturday nights, man, Friday nights, there are drunk people everywhere. I'm all sweaty. This is a really good chicken place, fried chicken place. If you like good chicken sandwiches, you've got to go there. They have one of the best. And we are coming up to the end of the video. No, I'm okay. What? I'm filming. I can't talk right now. Thank you. Excuse me. Yeah, some person just yelling at me outside their car. I don't play that game. I don't stop to talk for no one. So we are coming up to the end of the video where we started. This place was called Club Aspet, and it actually was a very famous, very old bar in Chicago. So it was really sad when it got shut down. We got that place. And that is a cool place. It's a venue. I've seen so many artists there. Also very old. My parents used to go there when in the 80s. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop at this Walgreens and get some water. Yeah, that's it. And thanks again for taking this walk with me. And I hope everyone has a good week ahead of them. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.